Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to a new era. My name's Emma. Taurus is a little bit of a different setup here today if you're used to watching me. Otherwise, I'm in a different room, but this is what I'm dealing with right now. So I hope the sound is fine. I hope the lighting is a little bit weird because it's so dark outside. It's I'm depending on the light in the room, and it's a little bit. But we're going to do the best that we can. We're going to do all 12 months today, Taurus. And if you're not interested in doing like a deep dive, it's not really a deep dive, but it's 12 months. So it's taking a moment. So if you're not interested in that, or if you want to watch the entire thing and then just sort of revisit it with just sort of the highlights or just a quick rundown, you can skip all the way to the end, or go down in the description box and see what time I wrote there for the summary of the whole thing. So we're gonna go from January till December of 2024 for you, Taurus, and see what's going on for every month, and then do a clarifier and see what you can expect from this next year. I'm gonna try to shuffle as best as I can to not move the camera. 2024. Happy New Year, everyone. I am excited for this new year. First one out, fork in the road. So the first thing that you're going to encounter in the year of 2024 is a fork in the road. Some sort of direction, where to go, making a decision there. For the month of February, what do we have for Taurus, please? February for Taurus. February. One card. Loyal heart. So this is about staying true to your friends, staying true to yourself, staying true to your dreams, even like stay loyal to your dreams, loyal to your wishes that you have. March for Taurus, please. $35. So yeah, January is a transformation. 13 and 35, adding those up, we have a number 8 there. So it's a really powerful start, Taurus. What do we have for March, please? March. Wow, regeneration, rebuilding something, coming back stronger than ever. 46. So it's a completion as well. We have a 10 there. It's a heartfelt situation. It's laying the new foundation of something and rebuilding one's life. Coming back stronger than ever in the month of March. So March seems to be quite a power month for you. April, please, for Taurus. April for Taurus, please. Between worlds, which means that you're seeing a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new. It's not really limbo or like you're not moving anywhere or getting anywhere. It's just that you're not fully out of the old and you're not fully into the new. So you're just going to see a little bit of both in April. But there is a shift in April there for sure. Like we're going to get deeper into it. There's a shift there in April. And then May. So Taurus, April and May will be the shift for you because you're coming into your season as well. It's Taurus season. I had a moving card there, but it didn't want to come out. Deep knowing. I see similarities in the cards with Aries. I just have to say, so if there's a connection to Aries somehow, some way, you might want to check that out. Deep knowing. Deep knowing is all about the connection with your true self, with your inner being, with the universe. There's stars aligning there. Deep knowing is basically when you're very much in balance. So your month, like your birth month, well, for some of you that can be April, but the month of May, both April and May seems to be really beautiful months for you. And I love how that is your season. And then we have June, the month of June for Taurus, please. Month of June for Taurus. Coming more towards the summer months or the winter months if you're living in the southern hemisphere. Round and round and Treasure Island. Just realized I don't have these on. Beautiful. So I just feel like something that this is for the month of June. So something that maybe in the past has felt like we're just sort of not really getting anywhere. You're just sort of repeating the cycles that you're in and you're not really getting anywhere. That's going to shift in the month of June because we're having the round and round, but now it's leading to Treasure Island. So whatever you needed to sit with for a bit, like whatever needs to have a little bit of like, maybe we have to go in just another round before it's ready, and then another round before it's ready. Like there's something, I mean, we have a turtle there, so slow and steady wins the race. There might be something you need to look at from several different directions, different perspectives, before then really like moving forward. But the month of June is also very beautiful. Treasure Island, I mean, that's dreams coming true. That's coming into the gold of things. And then July, I'm going to do clarifiers for these. So we're going to get a little bit more clear message for each month. And I mean, I think it's going to be such a, we're doing the month of July here now, month of July. It's going to be such rapid shifts and so much going on in the year 2024 that this is obviously a forecast. It's always a forecast. Whatever I'm saying is always a forecast, but just be light about it. Have fun with this reading because there's so much moving parts and so much change that this is sort of, we're dipping the toe in the water, but the water is still the ocean, if that makes sense. And that's going to shift and move about. We have Unfinished Symphony in July. So there's something you're tying up loose ends. This is about tying up loose ends. This is about like finishing projects. Go ahead with that contract, signing that lease, whatever that is for you in the month of July. There seems to be finishing up a whole bunch of things. It's a completion there again. Like this year, when I look at the numbers as well, there's a lot of threes. 3 and 4 shows up for you, Taurus. 3 and 4. And then 2, number 10. So that's creativity, manifestation, celebration. There's a lot of heart in this and laying a new foundation for things. And also the wrapping up. Like we're tying up loose ends and like we're coming to a close. Okay. August, please. That was fast. August, we have the Yin card. And the Yin card is very much going with the flow, following where the energy takes you. Following where the energy takes you for the month of August. Januari, februari, mars, april, maj, juni, juli, augusti. As we say in Swedish. And then September. Month of September, please, for Taurus. 2024. 2024. I think it's going to be a mind-blowingly shifting, changing year. If 2023 has been a big preparation, 2024 is sort of when we actually quit the job, actually get into the relationship, actually make that move. Like, yeah, going into action, making the change. September, please. September, please, for Taurus. Okay. So September seems to be the first month that I really get anything about like having a little bit more turmoil. And it might even not, we're going to get into the clarifiers to see really what this is about. But at first glance, it might even be that it isn't. So the first card is chaos and conflict there. Chaos and conflict. And it's 33 again. I didn't realize. 33 and then 38. So it's another. Number 3 is going to be significant for you the whole year. We have a 3 in, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 out of 9 months already with the leading number of 3. Manifestation, celebration, creation is when things are more towards the being done end rather than starting up something. Okay, so we have chaos and conflict there in September, and we also have to be fair. So that's the justice card. So it might not even be chaos and conflict. It might be that whatever has been chaotic, whatever has been any conflict or drama, whatever negativity going on, is actually now balancing out. We're coming into balance with things. We're settling things. There's going to be justice in your favor. So you might not even be too much of that drama that you're actually going to see. You might just actually sort it out. So that was for the month of September. Then we have October, November, and December left. So October, please, for Taurus. October. TikTok. It can mean a couple of things. We're going to get into the clarifier, but TikTok. This is when it might feel like time or like timing is really on your side for the month of October, or you feel that time is of the essence. You feel that it's time for you to get moving. Guys, do you see what number that is? 30. It's yet a number 3. 3 is so significant. 3 is going to be the guiding light for you. You might already have started to see 3s everywhere. It can also be that it's interesting because the 3rd month, which is March, is not a 3 in it. It's actually a completion. It's 4 and 6, but that's the regeneration card. So when 3 shows up like that, or yeah, the 3rd month may be really important. March. Okay, November for Taurus, please. November of 2024. November. The higher power. The higher power. So this is my favorite card. This is such a beautiful. It's the connection with the universe. It's the connection with your inner being. It's when you're the creator of it all. It's when your dreams are being manifested. It's when you step into whatever you want. You're feeling like that is becoming a reality. And then December. So November is really, really beautiful. And then the final month here, and then we're going to get into the clarifiers. December of 2024. December. Last card. He really wants to. I'm a little bit pulled to another deck here, so we're just going to give it another. You know what? For this last card, you're going to get another deck. December. There you go. Wow. Okay. So I wasn't going to say anything, but Aries had this on, if I'm not, I think I remember this correctly. So I think that Aries had the higher power card on December, and as a clarifier, we had the Magician. And so if there's a connection here with Aries, go check it out. We have this for November for you, Taurus. You're coming in. We're coming into the connection with the higher power in the month of November. And then by the month of December, you know for a fact that you are the creator. You're the manifester. You're the enabler of whatever it is that you want. Do you see how we go from like that white energy, like it's nothing, and then you step into it and you create love. You create this beautiful love heart on the top there. Manifest number 1. Gorgeous. Okay, we're gonna clarify. So we're starting with this fork in the road. Fork in the road, January. Already from the first month, there's going to be like a choice, a decision to be made. Where do you go? What do you choose? Can we clarify this fork in the road, please? Clarify the fork in the road. Okay, I'm getting movement. It should come out by now. There you go. The moon card. Okay. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. So I just feel like the month of January is quite the... It's sort of the... It sets the tone. I mean, that's a big ask for 1 month, right? But it's like it sets the tone for the rest of the year. Whatever you're deciding in the month of January seems very important. Obviously, Aries, you can change your mind at any time. You can change direction at any time. It just feels like if you just really take your time and listen. So the moon card is coming out, which is all about like having things come up to the surface, having things be seen, making certain things clear for yourself, not push away anything anymore, and really listen to your intuition about in which direction to go. And you're going to figure that one out. And this is a chance to change your plans. It's a chance to go ahead with your plans. It's a chance to really step into something quite gorgeous. And it seems like you need a little bit of like courage. If you're feeling like something really is the right path, like oh my God, like this could be it. Like this is something I really want to do. Go for it, Taurus, because it's asking you to not be afraid. It's asking you to sort of deal with that fear and make a beautiful choice for yourself. So it's a strong start there for the month of January. Then we're coming to February, which is the loyal heart. This is about then staying true to yourself, staying true to your dreams and your visions and what you're about to do. Like to not give up on those. We often hear like to stay loyal to friends and loyal to your work or loyal to blah blah blah, but to stay loyal to your own dreams is as important, if not even more important, I'd say. Okay, can we clarify the loyal heart, please? Clarify the loyal heart. I might just do every other with this other deck, because this other deck is really speaking here. Okay, loyal heart, what do you have to say? I mean, I swear it's so crazy, but like these are the same decks that I work with all the time, right? And it's like you know every card, you know the flow of them, but you might think that they're just decks and they're just, you know, there's a certain way to shuffle them. But it's so interesting, like sometimes, like today, this was just a little tricky. Just a little tricky overall to shuffle. And then I move on to this one that I feel really called to today. And it just runs smoothly. It's so weird how that works. Like it just, I have nothing to, I don't know how to explain. I find it quite amazing. Okay, loyal heart. What do we have here for Taurus, please? Loyal heart. That is for the month of February. 35 adds up to an 8. So that's power, that's strength. That is as above, so below. That's bringing in heaven to earth. Staying committed, I'm going to say. Coming together. We have coming together, and it's a very coming together card, this as well. Two owls looking at each other. So this might also be that, excuse me, the month of February for Taurus is a month where I just feel like you're calling in, and whether that is actually literally other people, or if this is you just that's not so just, but if this is you calling in your dreams, calling in, coming together with the thing that you want to create in your life. And only you know if this is like you're searching for people, or if like to let that go to the universe, that the month of February, it's like making it, the month of January is very much making a choice. Month of February is coming into this place of, I'm calling it in, I'm making it happen, I'm having synchronistic events with all these things that just leads the path forward. And whether that is like coming together in a situation with people, with more thoughts, with creative ideas, whatever this is for you, you will know in the month of February, like how this will look. But you're bringing about things. It looks really good. The month of February, it's like a really practical doing it feeling there. And then this gorgeousness, regeneration. The month of March seems to be very important. There's a coming back from, like a phoenix rising feel here. Coming back from the ashes, rising up, speaking your truth, seeing a clear direction of where you want to go, not being quiet about what you want. Can you clarify this regeneration, please? And it's a completion. There's something that you've been waiting on. Strengthening bonds. Strengthening bonds. This is so much about just having that coming together, like that we had in coming together and then strengthening bonds. So it's just a feeling of like, if I were to use this as an analogy, I would say if you have started to walk down this path and you're still questioning a little bit whether this is the right thing to do, in the month of March, it's going to be sort of a, if you question it, it's going to be sort of a settle into it. It's going to be a deepening of that feeling to just sort of anchor it in. Like, this is what I'm getting with this regeneration. Like, you don't silence Taurus here. In the month of March, you're like really on the move forward. And if there's been any doubt for you moving forward in a certain direction, beautiful things will start to open up. And it just causes you to just anchor yourself into this feeling like, oh, this is happening. Like, this is where I'm going. And it's so much about, obviously it's always about Taurus. It's always about, it's about no one else. It's just about Taurus. I just mean, it's not like you're getting so sure about your job or you're getting so sure about this relationship or like whatever. That's just going to be sort of a byproduct. But this is like you're getting so sure, because it's regeneration. It's you that comes back from the dead. It's you that comes alive. That's you. It's you. It's like, I am going to be part of this world. I'm going to do what I want to do. Do not silence me. I want to go forward with whatever this is. So it's so much about this strengthening and this opening of you. And you're just going to become more and more sure of yourself, more and more confident in your own skin. It's a big shift there in the month of March, I feel, for you. Okay. Then we have April, between worlds, is when you really are starting to see that difference. You have a little bit like one foot in the old and one foot in the new. Can we Wow. This is the Sun card in the traditional tarot. This is the Sun card, which is the most fabulous card in the deck. It didn't come out, but it flipped. It showed that it's there. It's joy, it's happiness, it's real contentment, satisfaction. Okay, what do we have for between worlds, please? Where we have a number 3 there again. Between worlds, what do we have? Giving and receiving. So this is very much, so this is number 6 as well. So even though it's not really speaking it well, giving and receiving, I guess, but like I feel like there's such a, the more you, where was that? I think that was Bashar. I don't know if you know who that is, but like a channel message from Bashar. I just came across it the other day. I wasn't listening to the video, but I saw the title for it, and I think it was something along the lines of like the amount of service that you give to the world is the amount of service you're going to be given. And I mean, we always hear it sort of in the sense that like as much as you give is what you're going to receive. That's karma, right? Like whatever you give out is going to come back. And it's sort of just talked about in an energy sense, but like this was put in service, like what, the more service you do to the world, the more service is going to show up in your life. And there's something about this giving receiving thing here today, together then with between worlds. So this is the month of April, where it's a balancing month. It's a, think about just as much as you, it's really important to give, yes, but for you to really see a shift here, if you want to really like leave something behind, we have regeneration, you want to start something over, this is second chances, this is like going ahead with a dream that maybe you thought was, no, that's going to be like, we're not going to go in there again. Yes, you are. The month of April, though, is a month of like, give as much as you receive. It's so important that, so if you focus on giving a whole lot, it's equally important that you receive back. There's a balance here to really kick you off and continue to move forward. Another way of saying that, I don't think I'm doing a good job at conveying that energy. Another way of saying that is like, make sure you're in balance. You should be in balance for every single month. But if there's any month that you could really look at like staying in alignment as much as you possibly can, it's the month of April, to really get things moving into the future, into movement forward. Then we have May. So we've come into your season now, April and May. A deep knowing. Can we clarify the deep knowing? This is a month where you seem to just really be very harmonious, feeling sure about yourself, feeling sure about the movement forward. You know, not having too much questions. So when this comes out, usually, it's interesting, because usually I would say that this is like, okay, look at what you're trying to control. Look at what you're trying to control, because it might be that you're trying to control the outcome of something, and because you're trying to control it, like you wish for certain things, and unless it shows up exactly the way that you think that they should show up, you're sort of missing the point, or you're missing the boat a little bit. But because we have deep knowing here, and I feel the energy around this, I just feel like you're maybe in a long time, for the first time, you feel like you're in control. You just have it covered. You just feel very sure about yourself. This is the month of May. You just feel really sure about yourself and where you're going. This is a really beautiful energy in the month of May. And then we have June. Well, it explains it, because if you've been coming from a place of going around and around and wanting to double check everything and not really getting anywhere, this is the month where we're now starting to come into the Treasure Island. And leading up to it, it makes sense, because you have been in deep knowing for the month of May, being really in control and being sure of things. So now you can really start to see things manifest. Treasure Island and round and round. What do we have for Taurus? That is for the month of June. For Flop. Wow. Yeah. I just love, this is so much like giving yourself credit, because this round and round, like whatever you've been working on with yourself, within yourself, it sometimes feels like a never-ending story. It feels like, are you ever going to see any results? Is there ever going to see a shift? And the same thing, awaiting results. This card is so much about understanding that if I want to see something different on the outside of me, if I want to see a different reality, if I want to see a different situation show up, you don't go out there and try to fix it, although most people do, but you go in here and you shift whatever needs shifting inside of yourself. And that is exactly what this is about. Attracting different things, attracting different relationships, different situations, different opportunities, attracting opportunities at all. And having done this work really on yourself, and this as well, awaiting results, then comes Blossom. Blossom and Treasure Island. Blossom and Treasure Island. So this is so interesting. So then we have 3 on the other one, and then the completion in July. Okay, so it almost sits as a, of course they're going to be intertwined, and the month comes after May, right? So we have June here, but it feels almost like its own little island. It feels like we have January, February, March, April, May. It's sort of more cohesive, And because you've done what you've done, we can have the month of June. But still, it's almost like the month of June. It's like there's something extraordinary about the month of June. This is when things start to blossom. This is when you're starting to see this treasure island. This is when you feel that whatever you have set into motion is really coming into fruition. And 20 there is a 2.0 version of you. It's so important. This is so much about you. You have stepped up. You are different. You're making different choices. You're asking for things in a different way that you haven't done before. Like there's a I would say in Swedish I would say jävlar anamma. There's like an oomph there. There's like real creative force, and like I've said it before, but like Taurus will not back down. Like this is the new setting now. And the month of June will, even though you've been really in deep knowing and understanding that where you're going and you really fully believe in it, there's nothing like this. When this shows up as a result of your work, there's nothing better. Because it's evidence that whatever you're doing is working. Then we have July, which is interesting because now we're tying up loose ends. This is a completion. It's almost like, okay, you're starting to now come into exactly what it is that you want. So whatever, this can even be that thing that you couldn't do before, this thing where you couldn't go before, this that needed to be put on the back burner a bit because you couldn't afford it or didn't have time with it or didn't have the confidence for it or like whatever. It's like, I'm going to just go in and I'm going to check. Like I'm going to just tick off the boxes to do whatever it is that you want to do. Can we clarify unfinished symphony? This is for the month of July. That's like midsummer in the northern hemisphere and midwinter in the southern hemisphere. Sorry. Unfinished symphony. Completion there in the month of July. July. Okay. I was like, I give it... Oh. I was going to say give it one more second and then I'm going to actually shift the energy again with Dex. But then it came out. So I think that was a message. Because I don't know why I all of a sudden thought, well, if you don't give me a card now, I'm going to switch decks. Almost like a little threat. But we have dreams coming true. And it was like right at the brink. Like if this doesn't come out now, I'm going to shift. Or like I'm going to go in and do this. It wasn't so much like a letdown or... It was just a, if this doesn't work, I'm going to do this. So it's not a strong resistance to it. That's why I think it's falling into place. So dreams coming true. So yeah, this is for sure. We have a 9 and 10. We're wrapping things up. So I think this is a little bit of both. The unfinished symphony is a little bit of both. You're tying up loose ends, which means you might end certain things in July. You might sort of let go of a lease of something. This might be your last work day in a particular company. You might decide that you wanted to move somewhere, so you're like starting to pack. So there's an end to the living where you've been living, and there's a new beginning because you're headed somewhere. It can be all of these things, and it's like it's a combined feeling. And the reason why you can both do the tying up or like finishing things and be on the move at the same time is because this is when your dreams are becoming a reality. You see your dreams really start to come into fruition. So you're just on the streak here from starting to see the difference. January, February, March, April. In the month of April. In the month of April. It's a new month in this new year. The month of April. And then a deep knowing in May. And then really seeing the stars aligning in June, and then continue on that streak in July. Wow. Then we have August. Yin. It's a very going with the flow energy right here. Going with the flow. The Yin card. What do we have for August, please? Okay. So August might be so interesting, because this, so I'm hearing, am I worthy of this? And you have a shadow side that pops up. And the Yin card is a little bit about, or a lot about, like not springing into action. You can do a whole lot of action, but just like on an energy plane, like you can, I'm thinking about the ocean, or if you're thinking about a pool or something, and the ocean might be restricted with land around it, and the pool might have like edges around it. So the pool is the yin, is the feminine, and the edges of that pool is the masculine. And this is when the water doesn't really go anywhere, but it can be really tumultuous. It can be big waves, it can be calm, it can be anything and everything. But it doesn't really, even if it's doing a whole bunch of things and feeling a whole bunch of things and acting in a whole bunch of different ways, it is still set in the same place, if that makes sense. We're not going anywhere. We're not pursuing anything in particular. So the month of August, and I just feel like this might even be like a little bit of a reflection month for you, that you are like you're confronting your shadow side here. You're actually coming into a little bit of shadow work in the month of August, which feels like, what is happening here? Because we've been on such a streak here up until July, dreams coming true. And then I hear, am I worthy of this? So you might even have like a little bit of issue, like things are going too well in the scheme of, this is not usually the way that things are supposed to go. Like things are supposed to crumble a little bit. But no, you're so worthy of this. But this is allowing, it can even be, I'm comparing you to a child now, and I'm not saying that you've been through a bunch of trauma. I'm just having it as a comparison. If you are like 3 years old and some traumatic event happens, you're not going to be able to rationalize that. And you're not going to sit with a therapist and sort it out when you're 3 years old. You might even forget completely that it has forgotten. That's forgetting twice. That it has happened. And not until you're like 25 or 35 is when something comes back around. Because now you're sort of old enough to hold space for whatever happened. You can now understand it. You can rationalize it. You can really dissect it. There's something about Taurus being in such a beautiful place right now. You're holding so high energy and really, really beautiful frequency that it allows for the lower parts, for the shadow parts to now show its face. You have room to deal with it. Oh, that makes sense. That's for the month of August. Contemplation time. Doesn't necessarily mean bad, but it's a contemplation time. And then we have September with the chaos and conflict. And to be fair, you're sorting things out here, August and September. You're sorting things out. Things might like want to come back into, you're dealing with like a contemplation time and facing that shadow and have things be balanced out that maybe wasn't for a long time. Can you clarify the to be fair there, please? To be fair and chaos and conflict. To be fair. Wow. Yeah. So again, helpless and hopeless, which is coming in to find balance. So we had the chaos and conflict with balance, with to be fair. That's justice. So it's just basically 2 times saying we're coming from a whatever where you've been feeling out of control, judged, maybe even ashamed. So both August, so September and October is you're sorting out stuff like you're, and it's in the best way because you're coming into balance with things that for the longest time wasn't. You're finding balance in different areas now. Balance and justice is coming back around. Like justice is working out in your favor. You're finding the balance. And 2 there is also about balance, harmony, love even. Wow. Then we have there. Then we have October, TikTok. Let's get deeper into that. Can you clarify TikTok, please? TikTok. There's a lot of cards that wants to talk but doesn't really come out. And I think that's a part of the message. Base chakra. Okay. I just want to first show you that the balloon here that is, it's hanging onto that balloon, right? And the net that is sitting around the balloon, all of a sudden I just saw how that is almost like snapping and letting go. So there's a feeling of like I need to hurry this, I need to get going, I need to get moving. However, Taurus, in the month of October, we're just settling into that, like to just you can't rush timing. You just cannot rush timing. So there's something in October that is asking you to really settle in and to really find that grounding and footing and anchoring in the connection to Mother Earth, the feeling of security and safety, and like really go back to your roots. Is like there's no rush. There's a feeling of like I have to hurry. No, you don't. You do not. We're working on anchor ourselves in. And from that anchored, rooted, grounded place is where the most beautiful timing is going to come out of it. I hope that makes sense. Because then, higher power, then you step into this gorgeous connection with the universe, with your inner being. You're in accordance with everything. You're in tune with the symphony. You're in tune with the orchestra, if you will. Can you clarify higher power? That almost fell out. Yeah. That's conversation with the universe right there. Seek. That is meditation. That is, again, contemplation. That's being in stillness. That's receiving the whole universe. That's having that connection. So November, just sheer beauty. To then come into December where you just create magic. December is awesome. Can we clarify December, please? For Taurus. Clarify, manifest. Just breathe. So it's the second time. That we have meditation. Did we have another card with that? Contemplation, I felt. We didn't actually have a meditation card. No. But just breathe. And do you see how, like, you're meeting? I just feel like this is the essence of you. You're creating the best version. That's the 2.0 version of yourself. 4, there again, is laying that foundation. This is you being the magician. This is you creating the best version of yourself, your dream life, your upgraded version. I want to even go as far as to say, like, this is an upgraded DNA. And holding these together like that, 1 and 4, that's a new beginning for the heart. So December, my beautiful Tauruses, is really, really gorgeous. Okay, that's the entire year. I'm just going to go through a little bit of a summary here. So we're starting with the month of January, which already starts the year with like a decision, a choice where you want to go. And this is asking to just really pay attention to your intuition, that there's great opportunities for some plans that you've had, and to like work up that courage. You can do this, like you can do and create whatever you want to, which direction you want to go in the month of January. Then we have February, which is like stay true to that dream, stay true to yourself. You're starting to call it in. Things, people, situations, opportunities are starting to come together. It's already assembling in the month of February because of what you did in January. Then we have a regeneration and strengthening of bonds. This is when you really are starting to settle into this energy. Like this is second chances. This is starting over. This is sometimes thinking it will never happen. It's not for me, blah, blah, blah. But it is for you. And you're starting that over, and you're coming deeper into that knowing in the month of March. March is a good one. April is important to find that balance. There's the balance again. Find the balance of giving and receiving. Make sure you give as much as you receive. Make sure that you receive as much as you give. That is keeping that balance is the key to just keep moving, to get out of the old and come in more and more to the new. That is the month of April. Then May is when you start to feel that for the first time, and 4 and 3 there is 7. So we have 7 and 8. So it's a beautiful process and progress here taking place. And it's the first time probably in a long time where you feel really in control of the things. You're not just being flapped around and have no idea what direction to go in. This is a deep knowing with control, feeling like you are in control and you know what you're up to, you know what you're supposed to do. Then we have June, which is you've been working so much on yourself, the going round and round and awaiting results. That is you working on yourself, knowing that you need to change your inner to see a change in the outer. That's you changing your vibration, changing your vibration, raising your vibration. So that we start to see in the month of June, blossoming your treasure island. This is a good one. June is a good one. You're starting to see evidence of what you're doing. And that's the first hint of the 2.0 version of yourself. And then we have July. July is dreams coming true. You just continue on that path. You're tying up loose ends, finishing projects, closing down things that just doesn't match where you're going anymore. And also making that move forward. July. Then August. There's time for contemplation. There's time to meet your shadow side. Just really listen to what the energy is trying to do in the month of August. Go with the flow. Follow the feminine energy. And this is a confrontation of your shadow side. So it's like it's creating this space for you to really deal with certain things that hasn't been dealt with. And the reason why you can deal with it is because you're at such a good and high level in the energy. So there's room and space to deal with it. So that's a good thing. If that scares someone, it's a good thing. It's not good that you're scared, but it's a good thing about what's happening. You're clearing things out. And then we have this for the month of September, chaos and conflict, helpless and hopeless. This is where you've come from. Chaos and conflict, helpless and hopeless. Which power numbers there. 33 is a master number, and then 8, the power number. Together with find balance and to be fair, which is a balance card twice. This is when you're finding balance. Your justice is working out in your favor. This is when you're coming back into settling into satisfaction. But it's a dealing with it. It's a coming out of the old and coming into the new. Then for the month of October, there's a little bit of a rushed feeling, like I have to hurry up. Maybe you just even felt slowed down, like things were going so well up until August. And now there's more of an inner worked contemplation feel for September and October, that it feels like, oh, or I was going somewhere. Yes, but you're still going somewhere even though you're dealing with the inner dealings. And so it's asking you to really just get rooted, get anchored in, find your foundation. This is about family and security and safety. And from that point, receiving the entire universe. This is the higher power. This is when you are in creative symphony. This is when you are starting to come into that real connection. Receiving the entire universe there with the Seek card. That's meditation, staying open to what the universe wants to yield to you. And then the month of December of 2024. You're just an awesome creator at this point. This is you connecting with the essence of who you are, truly are. This is you sniffing out your true potential. This is when you're starting to really, really figure out that you are the creator. You are the creator of your reality. And this is like the upgraded, the 2.0 version of yourself. So gorgeous, gorgeous year. I mean, March for sure. March, June, July. March, June, July. Really gorgeous months. And then again coming back around November and December. Like, good ones. And nothing in between feels really heavy. I mean, it's not probably going to be smooth sailing every day for every month for the entire year of 2024, but it's definitely a movement forward for you. It's a shifting year for sure. Finding balance where you didn't have balance before. That's what I have for you for the entire year of 2024. Come back and check in with a summary of it. If you don't want to hear the whole thing again, just go to the description box and press the little summary there. I'm wishing you a happy new year. Bye, guys.